It's...
Venti is large.
No, Venti is 20.
Danny.
Yeah. Large is large. In fact, tall is large, and grande is Spanish for large. Venti's the only one that doesn't mean large. It's also the only one that's Italian. Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Honey, that's great coffee. It's
Smell good ground coffee.
Hey, here's your free cup of coffee from a lady in Rhode Island.
What?
I like my comedy like I like my coffee. Dark with a side of sugar. Oh my God, I like black comedy. And I don't mean as in racial black comedy, but black comedy as in dark comedy. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show that lasts as long as my cup of coffee. And it's really, really good. I did a double hit of caffeine this morning, so it's extra bitter, just like I like my women. Good morning, Dust Wolfen. How are you doing, my friend? Even Gerry. Oh my God, really? I thought we were friends, man. So, let's see. Ground up and in the freezer? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that comment. Hold on a second. My hair's getting all up in my grill. So let's see. I watched the trailer this morning, as did Martin, and he is here in the background watching over the chat. And let's see. I think I'm going to go check it out again just for you guys. So let's go see Mission Impossible. Dead Reckoning trailer. Now, I'm not going to show it on the screen because we'll get ganked, man, big time. So you're going to watch me watching it. And there's one thing that I'm really hoping, and I haven't talked to my boss since my birthday, and I really didn't have a deep conversation with him because they always get a hold of me on my birthday, Dale Dye and Julia. Oh my God, that is good coffee. So basically, I'll tell you in a second, but I'm going to go through this trailer real quick again, just to make sure that I am seeing everything, because Martin actually got to look at it better than I did. How's your vicious kill? She's asleep on my foot and has been scratching at me, trying to get me to pick her up. I won't pick her up. She's now laying on my foot to let me know, I'm here, Dad. So immediately off of the top on the trailer, I want to point out that the big reveal for this one so far is the return of this man, Henry Czerny. He played Agent Kittredge. He was also the villain in Patriot. Was it Patriot Games? I think it was one of the. It was either Clear and Present Danger with Harrison Ford or Patriot Games. And here he is at the table with Tom Cruise in the first Mission Impossible. Now, one thing that was only known for those who actually watched the behind the scenes. Over to behind Tom Cruise is Dale Dye, and the entire restaurant, including staff, is made up of nothing more than IMF operatives, and they're there to bring in Tom Cruise's character. Kittredge is kind of the bureaucratic villain of the first film. He represents the government, and he has returned for the 7th and possibly 8th film, because this is part 1 of Dead Reckoning. I do believe that this is the final countdown. It's the final countdown. Yeah. Tom Cruise's work as Ethan Hunt on Mission Impossible. Part 1 and 2 is the final story arc of his character. And I think it's interesting that we've come full circle and brought Kittredge back, because he didn't die in the first film. He just didn't get his man. Good morning, War Monkey. Notification did not come, FYI. I just checked in my settings and is still set to get all notification. Never mind. It just came. Yeah. Glad you're here. So, hey, Marcos. Well, the franchise got better, and I know you don't believe I'm saying this, but it got better when J.J. Abrams stepped in and created what is the current story arc, the ongoing story arc. Because the first 3 films really, they just, I mean, they were good, but there was no continuity. We had characters flipping around. We had Anthony Hopkins. We had Kittredge. You know, you have all these different characters, and then all of a sudden, the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman as the villain was the beginning of the current story arc. It's to where it's more like a series now. It's all connected, and we all agreed. You know, Keith and I have talked about this many times. Now, again, my hope is that with Kittredge back, that we'll see the return of Barnes, because Dale Dye and Tom are good friends. I know that. In fact, Dale Dye played his dad in Night and Day, plays his father. And Barnes is a really kind of interesting character. He works for Kittredge, and his sole job is to capture Ethan Hunt. And I'm looking for a really good picture of him, but I'm really not seeing one. So I'm just going to grab this one, save image. And now I'm going to add it so I can show you guys. Oh, did they go as a web image? I hate it when they do that. It's their way of protecting. Yeah, you jerks. Open image in a new. I'll just open it in a new window. There we go. And I'll just share it with you. Share screen. There we go. That's Barnes, played by my boss, Dale Dye. And he was the guy, one of the operatives that was hunting Tom Cruise's character, Ethan Hunt, in the first Mission Impossible. And so I am hoping, and I'm going to get in touch with Dale to see if he can tell me or not, because he might not be able to tell me if he signed an NDA. But I would like to know if Barnes is back, because what's Kittredge without Barnes? I'm just saying, man. I'm going to see this. Okay, wow, that looks like a last ride for Tom Cruise. He would be, 85 when part 2 is done. Well, if we get hit by another wave. Yeah, Dale was the senior military advisor for Band of Brothers and the Pacific. And in Band of Brothers, he played one of the senior officers in the film. I forget the character's name. He's been in a lot of movies. First time he really stood out, because he's in a previous film, and I can't remember what it is, but he was in Invaders from Mars back in the 1986, or it might be before that, 85. It's a remake of the 1950s film, and he plays one of the Marines that comes in and saves the day. there is the NBA playoffs going on, and that is when they are dropping the Thor Love of Thunder trailer for the MCU. I can hardly wait to not watch that. I don't give two flying fucks, nor do I think you guys do. Band of Brothers is a masterpiece. Seen it many times. Yeah, I partook and had. I didn't have Dale because Dale was in France, but we had Julia Dye on for our segment on the anniversary celebration of Band of Brothers, and we're supposed to be doing a special this year, but so far everything's fallen apart. Thank you, COVID, for the Pacific. But yeah, actually, I'm going to tell you guys, he has the single best line in another little film. I'm going to see if I can find it before I say anything. Now, I'm not going to say this is a very good trailer. It's your average. Oh, my dog is excited. Taylor, no. 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 I know you're excited. You hush. Come here. Come here. I need you to not do that when come here. Sit. Sit. You're way too excited. There we go. She's trying to tell me someone's in the hallway. Listen to her. So, I think this is one of the greatest lines in film history. And it was delivered by Dale Dye. It's one of the most powerful moments in the film. So let's see if I can find it. No, can't find it. Dale Dye delivers the line when he calls in a fire mission on their own position, hangs up and looks at his person and says, hey, Martin, do me a favor. Take over the show for a second. Come up here and take over the show because I got to let the dog out. Martin, you there?
Yes.
Yeah, I need you to take over the show for a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Give your opinion of the show.
The show. Oh, the trailer. Well, I don't know. It shows only action, not very much plot. I think, in my opinion, it looks like generic action. I can be dead wrong, but is what I see up till now. Yeah, War Monkey. Yeah, entertaining. But you're the monkey. You should be the one dancing, not me. I'm the English impaired chat manager. Talk about them prepared for this. So, what do you say here? Sorry, this one. I haven't seen the Pacific yet, even though I own it, but I haven't seen it. Band of Brothers is my go-to. And why a trailer? No. So well, let's see. I don't have so much high hopes for that movie. Hey, the boss is back. Good, because I'm panicking here. Hello.
Hey. Oh, out of breath. Sorry, guys. My dog. So anyway, Dale Dye delivers that line with a lovely fucking war in the film. Did you tell me what you thought of the trailer? No, never mind.
Yeah, I the same thing I said to you. Then it looks generic.
Yeah, there's nothing exciting about it. The one thing they did is they revealed that Kittredge is back as I'm presuming or assuming the villain or a villain. He's a, the first film really likes and it's my problem is with the director. He is very anti-America. He really is. He's a leftist. His name is Brian De Palma. He's had his hands on a lot of really good films. In fact, we owe him a lot for what happened with Star Wars. But the fact is he's a card-carrying lefty, not a liberal, not a Democrat, a fucking lefty. He hates our country. For some reason, leftists want big government, but they want their big government. So whenever they talk about patriotic side of things, that becomes the villain of the story. You can always tell when you're watching somebody with leftist views because they will always make operatives or soldiers the bad guys. Guys who are trying to do things to protect this country. So, but we got past that. Mission Impossible, in my opinion, got kind of silly for the first two films. Or the follow-up two films. Then when Philip Seymour Hoffman and J.J. Abrams came in for the next one, it got good. That was a really good episode. I do ask the question, are we going to see any running by Tom Cruise? And the answer is yes. He's going to be running from his feelings again. So he just likes to run, man. That's his thing. Tom Cruise likes to run. And I think Family Guy is the one that says, showed him running. I wonder what he's running from. And it's his own imagination of himself, running from his gay thoughts. You can't catch me, gay thoughts.
I think I remember.
Which is why we see Tom Cruise run in every movie, supposedly, according to Family Guy. But I think that everything about the film, they want to show you little bits here and there. They give you some visuals. They give you a kind of story is going on here, of which Kittredge is back, and he's telling Cruise, you better pick a side. Because, and then he gives that typical bureaucratic, this is about big government and we want control. And you're either with us or you're against us. So we can see what's going to happen here is the Mission Impossible force are going to be forced to, and I swear to God, that looks like, I'm going to say it right now. This looks like, I'm going to show it real quick. Share screen. I'm not going to share the audio. I don't want to get ganked. I swear to God, this looks like the back of Dale's head. It could be Kittredge, but I don't know.
I think it's Kittredge.
I'm just hoping that Dale's in it. And I don't know if he can tell me or not. And there's a lot of action in it, it looks like. And I guess we're finally going to see Tom Cruise's character maybe fall for someone else other than Michelle Monaghan. I don't know. We're seeing, of course, the return of many characters that started in J.J. Abrams' Mission Impossible. And I hate saying it. It's the one franchise he's touched that he didn't fuck up.
Well,
when they're coming, they're coming up in a quick wedge formation as they're breaching a building or archway. We get to see this girl's return from the last film. She is the daughter of one of the villains from the first Mission Impossible film. She's returning. And, of course, there's Kittredge. Let me show that real quick. Look, it's Kittredge. Yeah, you can tell this has been 20-some years. They're all older. Boom. Tom Cruise ain't that 20-something-year-old man anymore. He's actually a year older than me. Ooh, he looks serious. That's a stern face right there. Don't you challenge me. Don't you challenge me. There we go.
I could still run.
Yeah, he broke his foot and ankle last film doing a stunt. And I've always joked that Jackie Chan would probably die doing one of his crazy stunts. But he survived, and now he's semi-retired from doing his own stunts. Yeah. He does. Yeah, it's true. Good morning, Monkey Jeebus. How are you? But here's the question. Will Tom Cruise run? We're going to zoom out for a minute. Oh, lots of action there. Action. Little glimpses. Stuff happening. Not telling us really anything. I'll bounce out for a second. And then I'll bounce back in. And I think she is the love interest. I think that one character is. Wait, where is she? There she is. I think she's the love interest. Action. We're going to get some good... Oh, is that the mask you were talking about? That is pretty fucking cool. But that is not Cerny. That is this dude. Whoever the fuck that is. See, he's the one with the briefcase, so it's not Dale Dye. Damn it. I was hoping. But Dale Dye would only want to play a guy that's doing his job. That's the kind of person Dale Dye is. And I guarantee you that was probably it's a merry-go-round thing that they do it, but I guarantee you Tom Cruise is doing his own stunts here. I guarantee. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be right back. I have a phone call from my wife in the middle of the show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hi, honey.
Well, they were there's a plumber company.
What's that? Oh, honey, I lost your signal. Call me back. I can't hear you. She's down there in Ava, Missouri right now. I think she's probably just getting off work. So it sounded like she was saying the plumber was here. That's probably what the dog was going ape shit about. And by the way, I put the dog in the other room. Yep, there's Tom running. Woo! Woo! You can't catch me, gay thoughts. I gotta admit, the stunt looks pretty interesting, but I don't think they showed a very good angle of the stunt at the end. That's cool. Tom Cruise running and jumping. I think we needed to see that from the other angle, and hopefully in the film we'll see it from the other angle. So we'll see. Very excited about there being another Mission Impossible film, but I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. So past that, last week was a lot of fun. The birthday thing on Friday was a blast. Our show on Saturday was a lot of fun too. Mexican Iron Man, Mikey, he took over the helm of the backside. Oh, Sherry's here. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. It was a fun show. It got a little heated, talking about Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. Of course, my buddies Dork Knight and Matt Vader like the show, and I don't fault them for it. It's I have problems with very specific things. And I don't think they're as invested into the issues that Keith and I are on why Star Trek doesn't work right now. And one of the things I point out on Star Trek is that classic Trek, including the Trek in the 90s, inspired scientists, people to become scientists by using science. I did a challenge the other day. Find one fucking science article written about current Trek. One. I did a search. I went 12 pages in and didn't get one single hit on any articles about the new one. Ooh, here she is, my wife. All right, let me make sure I'm on speaker.
Your phone is not picking up.
It's really weird. Don't think it's anything to me. Blame Cricket. It's their phone. Hi, baby.
Hi. The plumbers wanted to be let in.
Well, I went out there. Nobody was there.
Nobody was there.
Nope.
Okay, he's going to turn around and come back.
All right. Tell him
Okay.
to text my number. Give him my number and let me know when he's downstairs. Don't ring the bell. Just text me because I can't hear the bell.
Okay. You get that?
Don't you love watching my show? You never know what's going to fucking happen. So
I'm trying to get it.
all right, so go do that, and I'll do my best to listen, honey. But with the headset on, I can't really hear much.
Okay.
All right, I love you, baby.
I love you too. Now, see you soon.
All right, baby. Bye-bye. All right. Life is so fun. And when the plumber gets here, again, you will have to take over the show for a moment while I let him in. I don't know why we're having plumbers again. We just dealt with this. So I dipped out early on Saturday. My family was, oh, no, don't apologize. I get it. Don't worry. I fell off a cliff riding my bike downhill in the mountains. I got to tell you, I had a similar incident. I used to do BMX, and I think I was 11, between 10 and 11, and I took a nasty fall into a ravine, and there's a lot of dead pine trees down there, and I did the thing you should never do. I stuck my arm out, and my arm went between two of the limbs, or two of the trees, and then I went a weird direction, and the bike landed on top of me and broke my wrist. So, yeah. I get you, Monkey Jeebus. I get you. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I bet that was scary because yours was definitely probably higher than mine. Mine was like a 15, 20-foot drop. I didn't get a chance to for you. I'm sorry, Sherry. Down in Mexico? Was this saguaro cactus? What kind of cactus? You can actually say it. You're on the show.
Sorry.
Oh, I forget that I can speak.
I try not to.
In Venezuela. Oh, my God. What
Yeah.
cactus are down there?
Pretty much the same thing.
Do you have saguaro down there?
What?
They're the big, tall ones.
Yes.
Holy shit. I didn't know they went down that far.
Yeah.
So, well, Mission Impossible trailer, I would say that it's not like I disliked it. I didn't dislike it. It just, it doesn't really get the engine going. So, but I understand that this is an early trailer. We're not going to see the film until next year. Let me double check. I think that it's for next summer. Yeah, it'll be 1 year. It'll be June 28th, 2024. So I feel like they probably should have put out an even shorter one. They should have just put out a teaser and done it multiple times throughout between now and the end of the year.
I can do. I can see it.
What? Boss Logic released? Boss Logic.
Well, I see more Adrienne as Susan than said as Reed, but
You say Seth. Who do you mean? Seth who?
MacFarlane.
MacFarlane? Oh, I see what they did. He would be a terrible, terrible Reed Richards. Yeah, I see what he did. It's pretty nifty. Good morning, Darius. How are you? I have to keep watching my plumber. Didn't wait for me when I went downstairs when I disappeared. So he's coming back, so I'm gonna have to leave again to go deal with this. It would be really nice if they would like let us know in advance or let me know in advance that I have to deal with this shit. But they didn't. Nobody let me know. I guess Davidson left Saturday Night Live, his final episode this Saturday. To that, I just say I don't fucking care. I don't like the guy. I've never liked him. When he said whatever about a fucking Navy SEAL who lost his eye in combat, you know, he's like, I guess he lost it in combat or whatever. You know, fuck that guy. I fucking can't stand that guy. He's been riding on the coattails of his dead father. You know, that's pathetic. That's pathetic to use your dead parent to build a world around you. It's weird. Good morning, PJO. Watching him clean up my house is bringing closure to a lot of things. It's just really hard to see it all get thrown out. God, man. So good morning, everybody, by the way. Who is Pete Davidson? That's right. Fuck that guy. Yeah. I never thought he was funny to begin with. He's not funny. And then he insulted a fucking combat veteran. And it's like, fuck that guy. And then he was like, I did an apology. I'm so sorry. And then he does a stand-up this last year saying, I didn't mean it. I don't take it back. Fuck that guy. I hope he gets the clap. So, but, coffee is getting low, guys. Let's see. Anything interesting in the news feed this morning? Anything? Let's see. I don't really see anything this morning. There's nothing interesting today. I shared some of my crazy memes. I guess that's something. I guess we can go and take a look at that. Where did I share that? I think I shared it in my pop culture group. So, yeah, I think I could show some of my memes. Oh, wow. I make memes. It's one of the things I like to do. And it started with, this is actually not one I made. Let me share. And if you don't, because I'm a science guy, and if you don't understand the joke here, quasars are far out. The joke is actually, thank God they're far out because it would end all life as we know it. It really would. Quasars would kill everybody. This is one of my favorites. I actually said this to somebody. Oh, let me do it this way. There we go. I'll give you 10 reasons why I don't like your face. 1, you're ugly. 2, now multiply the first reason by 10. Yep. I am, this is a giant cup. In fact, this is a mug. And it is really yummy this morning. The next meme I shared, this one always cracked me up when I wrote it. When completed, Professor Nordstrom knew he could finally have the means to, he would have the means to finally bring his wife to orgasm. Yeah, that thing. My humor's fucked up. So there you go. You're welcome. Let's see. This one made me laugh when I wrote it. Ron Perlman was voted in high school as the most likely not to have to wear makeup while playing a caveman in a major motion picture. He's an ugly dude. This is a true story. You've actually heard me tell this story. Where the hell's your military bearing? It rolled right over there, sir. Ha, made you look. Which is not what I said, but it's close. This one I did because before you read this joke, you have to understand. Oh wait, what's this? They're letting me take some more stuff, but I'm losing some comics, and oh, that sucks. And would you read here? They sold it and moved out last Thursday, and now watching them. Oh yeah, that's a fucking bummer, dude. Good morning, Steven. Did you want to join me? Oh, excuse me, man. Coffee burps. Oh. And no, I'm not drinking decaffeinated. What's the point of drinking decaffeinated coffee? Let me get an invite here. Invite, copy. Where did Martin go? It is the mystery of the day. Messages. Where's Fat Steven? There's Fat Steven. What's up, Fat Steven? Here's your invite. Here's your invite. If you want to take it, you can join me. There you go. All right, buddy. Yeah. So aha. Okay. So let me get back to sharing here. All right, here we go. So for you to understand this joke, I have to explain that Air Force is not really designed to be out in the field. So they're never trained how to do 8-digit grid coordinates because you require an 8-digit grid coordinate to order a fire mission. So the only people that will understand this joke are military people. So the joke is, and I like the faces on these guys because he really looks like he messed up. And it says, you don't know how to do an 8-digit grid coordinate? And the tax sergeant says, it's not my fault. We're Air Force. And I like making fun of the Air Force because they're civilians in uniform. So that one. And I make a lot of my memes for people in the military, either active duty or veteran. Okay. Yeah, no rush, Stephen. No rush. So back here again, I feel like it should be bigger. So you got Jesus and Colonel Sanders in this image. I saw that, and that's the first thing that I thought of in my head was this joke. Oh, look, this is probably the plumber. Good morning.
Hey, I'm outside.
All right, I'll let you in. All right.
Okay,
All right, so Martin, the show is yours. I will be right back.
Jesus. Why do you keep watching this show? Look what he does to you. He leaves you with me. So, Natasha, welcome back. Long time no see. Oh, monkey gibbous, your dad was on a SR-71. That's a nasty bird. I freaking love that plane. And yeah, really, yeah, it sucks that you're going through that right now. So, any suggestions in the chat so I can mumble? Oh, don't worry. Have a good day, Natasha. So, the plumbers. The plumbers are my bane. Yeah. Worst hots ever. I wish Fats were here. Anyone? Any suggestions? No? So,
Yay, I'm back.
at last.
Yeah, I
Bye.
told the plumbers, I'm like, you guys are on your own. I'm not going to show you around. So, again, no shit. Salt is the secret ingredient. I had no idea, and I'm Jesus. So, the secret ingredient, it was even heaven was blocked from knowing what it was. That's the joke. If I have to explain the jokes, my humor is very esoteric at times, and it's like I don't expect everybody to get a lot of my jokes. This one I think is rather fucking obvious. I actually digitally altered the image in this so it looked like this. This is basically a Scottish dick push-up is the joke. So if Patrick Stewart can do one, what's your excuse? Joke's obvious. Old man. This is one of my favorite memes that I made. What kind of clown do you take me for? The dead kind. Because I don't like clowns. Fucking hate clowns. They freak me out. Let's see. This is, once again, esoteric humor. And I saw at least one person got this joke online. It's not that I have an aversion to your religious relic. It's that I have an aversion to you pushing your religious beliefs on me. Hammer presents Count Dracula, Atheist Vampire. Still makes me giggle. Fucking look at it because it's just, I don't know. The things that pop into my head are funny. And so therefore I laugh at them and then I share them with other people and some people get it. This one's obvious. Great movie quotes. He say, you Blade Runner. So, yeah, there you go. What's this about SR-71? Yep, and it's one of the oldest still active jets going.
He is not funny. He's a piece of lying crap. He thinks he's funny. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning.
Sorry.
Now, this one came about because somebody actually asked me this question. And I'm like, and I actually responded with this. I wrote anonymous because I thought it was funny just to say anonymous. Who would win in an all-out war between anti-gun lobbyists and pro-gun advocates? Well, the best armed, of course.
I'm going back to bed.
That's sort of like obvious.
So what'd you think of Mission Impossible?
The trailer?
He looks old in that.
Yeah. He still looks young for his age, but
It looks like Botox.
Well, this is his swan song. This is it. And that's why I think it's neat they're bringing it full circle by bringing back Kittredge. And I'm hoping my boss Dale is going to be in it because
there's 2 parts.
Yeah, I know. It says in part 1.
I know. I
know how to fucking read. Jesus Christ!
I know you can read. I've seen you color in the pictures.
Now, I actually said this to somebody and ended up on my Neil deGrasse Tyson memes. I made a bunch of these, and as well as my Stephen King ones, because I don't like Stephen King. And I got to be honest, it's not like I dislike Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's just he's never done anything except for being a really good mouthpiece for physics and science. But that's all he's done. He's never written any major papers. He's never... I mean, he follows in the footsteps of 2 of the greatest minds that we lost, Carl Sagan, and I'm not going to bring up the other one because it's not important, but Carl Sagan.
Who's the other one?
And Carl Sagan was always writing about space, always writing these amazing papers, talking about things, the potential of alien life and the threat that it may pose on humanity. Tyson hasn't written anything. But he's a good mouthpiece. So, but I like making fun of him because of that. So I actually said this once, and this is the quote. I like to sleep the same way I like to go to the bathroom at home and in my own bed. So,
I thought you were going to say sitting up and snoring.
Yeah, you guessed wrong.
Well, excuse me.
And I've said this one too, because it's an old joke. No, but I don't think anybody's ever heard the joke. I don't believe in gravity. I just think the Earth sucks.
So you're saying it's not a gravitational force, it's just sucking us down to the ground?
And I always thought this was kind of cute, too, when I wrote it. If you were able to line up every nerd front to back around the Earth's equator, almost all of them would drown. So that's one way to get rid of us. The humor that I've always grown up appreciating most is ironic humor, where it goes someplace that you didn't think it was going. This one, once again, is you have to know what happened to Stephen King to get this joke. I heart vans and the tire track across it. And for those of you who don't know, he was nearly killed when he was hit by a van.
I just thought he liked the shoes.
What's that?
I thought he just liked the shoes.
And then this one's just gross. Gerry sat here. Because the big thing in the story, the book, and in the film, she had her period. He wanted to write a fucking story about a girl having her first period. It's really what inspired Gerry. That's how he wanted to write a story about a young teenager having her period. He is a weird motherfucker, the things he focuses on. I straight up dislike Tyson. I used to like him a lot until his recent takes on current events. And well, look, his political views are you once again, you got to separate the scientist from his politics. But I don't care much for any of their politics. I don't, when a guy like him, who should know better, stands up there and acts like knows more about climate than a climatologist, is fucking ridiculous. Especially that engineer, or whatever his name is, the TV engineer, science guy, whatever his name is.
Oh, Bill Nye, the wannabe try-hard guy?
He doesn't know shit.
Yeah, he does.
Climatology teaches you that what they're talking about is wrong. So, yeah.
What is it now? What is it now, Gary? Cows fart too much, and we got to get rid of all the hamburger producers because it's killing our climate.
This all came about because of a paper that was written in 1978. When there was a huge furor. What's a better word? Over it was a fear of the mini ice age, which we're still past due for. Every century we have a mini ice age, and 20th century didn't get it. And during the 70s, there was a lot of movies about it. Shit, they were still making up into the 2000s. You remember that Day After Tomorrow was about it.
Oh yeah, the one where the whole everywhere froze with the floods. I actually liked that movie.
Microbursts of freezing where people would just be frozen instantly. It's pretty terrifying when you hear about them. But anyway, the fear was that this could happen, and so with that said, this one climatologist had a suggestion, and he said that if everyone put the effort into this, we could conceivably increase the temperature on Earth by as much as 3 degrees if we increased the greenhouse gases.
What the fuck?
That paper was written in 1978. It got published in a major climatology periodical. And the guy who published it has regretted it ever since that he allowed that to be done, because that was the little seed that spawned the current problem with climate change. And climate change has been going on for longer than we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking goofy. Climate change, global warming. Well, yeah, the Earth's been warming. And not to mention that, I tell people that they're not allowed to talk to me about climate unless they can answer this question.
I find the climate of this conversation very heated.
Yes, it's a very hot conversation.
I hate it when the temperature boils and you tell me to shut up with stupid meme videos. I get all hot and bothered like a cow farting to raise the temperature across the equator line.
Good morning, awesome one. How are you, man?
Mm.
He said good morning to both of us. So,
good morning, awesome one.
But global warming is, of course, taking place. It's been happening.
It's China's
for centuries. And then we get this thing. And here's what happens. They don't understand. Those mini ice ages weren't caused by the climate. The climate is manipulated by a very specific thing. Now, I heard somebody answer volcanoes. And I'm like, volcanoes really don't amass to that often or that frequently big enough to have an impact on the climate. So no, that's not the fucking answer. But there is one thing that has impact on the Earth's climate 95 to 98% of the time.
Is it us streamers talking too much, full of hot air? Thank
Nope.
God.
That's guess one. Do another one?
Every time you tell me to shut up?
No. One more guess.
Oh, every time Biden makes a speech.
Yep.
No, that was close though, because you actually had to think about it.
Now, I'm not saying there's not a lot of hot air there, but I'm telling you that if you cannot answer that question, you can't talk to me about climate change.
Oh,
and the answer to that is the fucking sun.
Yeah.
The sun goes through warming up and cooling down periods. And what's got scientists confused and confounded is that the sun cycles regularly. And all of a sudden, 20th century, it didn't do its cooling down like it did previously. And so we didn't get the mini ice age. And of course, the mini ice age had one of my favorite impacts was actually shown on Doctor Who with Capaldi when they went back to 1800s London during that mini ice age. And there were shops set up on the Thames River because it was so frozen that they were able to set up these little shops, tents all over the place. And people go down there and do their shopping, walk around pretty much safely because the ice was that thick. Mini ice age. Nobody ever wants these climate freaks that don't know anything about actual climate. They know talking points, they know bullet points, but they don't know actual science. And if they did, they'd shut the fuck up. But they've got an agenda. And I don't want to point out something, but I will, that the first talk of climate change and global warming came out of Europe from a very specific communist organization. They were the ones who first started talking about it.
Disney?
And the whole thing about climate change and global warming was a means to control fuel and fuel production. And he who controls that controls the global market. Commies want that.
So
all right, so my coffee is almost gone. It's like
mine's still half full.
I hate to do this. We're coming up at the end of the show.
That's fine.
You know, people wonder what it's like to be a friend with me on day-to-day life. This is a good example of shit that I talk about. And I always felt bad for Keith because Keith didn't know the answer to that either. But Keith knows I'm really into science. And I think that my work in the medical field was because of my love for science, because I was really into biology. I always got straight A's in college. I never flunked anything in college. I passed everything. And I just have a brain that was designed for science and scientific method. I have a theory the sun is the gas from Fat Steven's farts that escapes the planet and gathers together in space, gains mass, and becomes a star.
Yeah, I think it's entitled pretentious little shits who just think every time they say something, it makes sense, and it just causes a cloud of pollution. Verbal.
Now, here I'm going to say something, though, Stephen.
Yeah.
Yeah, global warming and climate change exists. It's real.
I know.
But it's not what they're saying it is.
No.
But it is real. It's there. It's happening constantly. Ryan, what is up, mate? How are you doing? G'day. No, wait. You're English. You're English. So, oi, mate. How you doing, Ed? Right. You want me to wait here, then? Right.
I guess he wants a black guy on the screen. There you go. There's a black guy on the screen. There you go. So
yeah, I don't feel good unless Keith is judging me.
Yeah.
Comic Relief Crusader, what is up? All y'all are dropping in right at the end of the show. My coffee's gone. That's it. Oh. God, it was good coffee. I'm not going to do like I did before because I really need to keep this in now because I got work to do. I'm drawing a comic book page. I wish I could show it to you, but I'm under an NDA, so I can't show you any of the work I'm working on.
I understand. NDAs, I get them. That's why I can't show a lot of gameplay lately.
Thank God that was. I heard the GA, gay, and then went gay sex. Then you went, no, gameplay. So I was like, oh, well.
Yes.
Erosion is actually the most deadly thing to Africa. I heard it was the tsetse fly. What about Khufu? Khufu's deadly.
No, it's now Harambe.
I bet you don't know what Khufu is.
It's now Harambe flu. Let's get it right now. The ghost of Harambe is now infecting the world.
You ever heard of Khufu?
No, but Harambe, bro. Harambe pox. Think about it. You're just ignoring me now.
No, I'm typing something in. I'm trying to remember what year. Oh, not Khufu. It's Kuru. Khufu is a god. Kuru. Kuru is the brain disease that is very similar to mad cow disease, which was happening in Africa because of the consumption of brains.
Oh.
Stop eating brains.
Yeah, because that's what I do for my intelligence.
Let go of my chat. Okay, I'm just trying to read stuff, and I got to make it large for my bad eyes.
Did you watch season 3 yet of Love, Death, and Robots?
I did. I finished it last night.
There was like 2 episodes that were shit, right? Just 2.
You know,
I did like the last one.
I
the one
really
with the,
felt this was
siren.
their best season. It really was their best.
They had some sci-fi in there. I'm like, why is this not a series or a movie? And then I saw the last one with, the Deaf Warrior. You know what I'm talking about? And the dancing with the. I honestly sat through it all.
It was too artsy-fartsy for me.
It was pretty gory, man.
Oh, it's bloody as fuck.
Yeah.
And what I thought was interesting, I can't talk about it. Damn it. I thought the animation in it was amazing. It really was photographic. I did not realize it was CG. Good morning, sweetheart. The plumber is
very well
here.
done.
They're downstairs in the basement. I locked them in down there. They can't get out. So it's really bizarre that
I think
everything looks so real until you get to their faces.
What I think they did is they took real people and they mocapped everything, and then they put a CGI layer over top of it because it was some weird ass shit. But I did not have really any complaints. I skipped 2. The one with the demon in the temple and the spiders with the faces. I'm not gonna get into more, but like, dude, there was some great sci-fi in there, and I'm like, why are we not getting this in television?
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this right here and now.
Like a Funk Soul Brother.
I think they have finally found a show that deserves some respect to being a quality equivalent to heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all this is to me. Monkey Jeebus, I'm sorry, I needed to put this back up there. Yes, thank you. You know some biology, my friend. Thanks for posting that. And then, Martin, go ahead and go to Das Wolfen down there at the bottom. Did anyone see they arrested the original Red Ranger of PPP fund fraud?
Oh, well,
they had one ranger that got arrested for double murder, double homicide.
Austin Green got reported for they got arrested for over 80 million or some shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Or 18 million.
I'm looking to see if we got any other news in the news feed, but I'm not really seeing anything.
Just do Austin St. John or whatever, Austin St. Green, and you'll find it.
Scribe-Light. All right, I got to share this. Scribe-Light cracks me up, man. Here you go. Scribe-Light says, I hope the desert scenes indicate a multiversal crossover with The Mummy because that would be so rad. He's talking about the Mission Impossible trailer.
Yeah.
I love Scribe-Light. He cracks me up. Yeah, go Power Jail. The PPP was an emergency fund. Was that in Canada? Wait, where was that?
That was across the U.S., dude. It was more than just him. It was a group of people arrested. Yeah, it was like a raid.
Oh, it was. Oh, well, you know that in Oklahoma they found that 15-year-old girl that disappeared from the sporting event. Her dad and she were there at the game. She went to the bathroom and never came back. They found her in a hotel in Oklahoma with 8 people were arrested for sex trafficking.
Oh shit, that's not cool.
Big fucking news. I'm telling you, man, people don't understand how prevalent sex trafficking is, especially with minors. There's some fucking sick cocksuckers out there.
Yeah, there is.
And I always believe that if you're caught red-handed doing that shit, you have earned a 2-cent, well, they're more expensive today, 35-cent bullet in the brain. The cheapest bullet made. I'm very much against capital punishment, but that shit with kids, you get caught red-handed, not evidence and all that shit. Caught red-handed. That's the only time I will agree with putting somebody down like a fucking dog, because the recidivism rate of sex offenders is the highest of any crime. They will repeat. They will do it again. Chemical castration is proven not to stop them.
They use the chemicals for chemistry. Okay, chemicals used for chemical castration has also been proven to be used in the gender swap stuff treatments. And you got to think about it. You're using stuff like that. That's just messed up.
What do we got here? Oh yeah. Okay. Memes I can't show. Parrot head. Love your parrot head. I can't show a lot of your memes. Hey, what's up, Zach? I almost called you by your real name. All right.
It's kind of easy since
there was a statement I saw. He and a company put out a statement on Twitter. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, what is it? The Red Ray. Well, that's the same with Diamond Austin Green, who played Screech, who is now, I believe, passed a couple years ago.
He's dead. Yeah, he is dead.
Yeah, he got time for stabbing the guy with the sword, right? Didn't he? His roommate.
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. We should talk about that on Wednesday. Seriously.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll find. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I am hosting. It's only been 3 weeks. That'd be great.
Yeah. I saw something. Awesome One says, I know churches have been working against trafficking and winning. So look, the church, especially the Catholic Church, despite what people, love to make jokes about, the Catholic Church helped end communism. In fact, I think they were the greatest driving force to the breaking of communist countries like Russia. But the fight against sex trafficking has to be taken seriously. It is the subject matter of my book, Vindicated Inc. Originally, it was about drug dealers, but the drug dealers was just ended up in my head when I began really getting deep into the writing, was just a means of funding what they wanted to do, which was sex trafficking. So scary shit, man. But my coffee is gone. We've gone over an hour. Thanks for dropping in, Steve. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
It's usually just me, just what I do. But I'm always glad when a friend drops in. I grew up on Captain Kangaroo, and one of the things I loved about that and Mr. Rogers was friends would drop in.
What about Mr. Dress Up?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's the Canadian version of Mr. Rogers.
You should shut up now. Shut up now.
What?
No, I've never heard of that. That's the Canadian version?
Yeah, there's also Circle Square, which is pretty much picture the Muppets, but very Christian, very creepy. And
I wouldn't like that.
Stand like 6 feet apart while singing Christian carols. Is that what they're called? Christian carols?
I think so. War Monkey says David Hewlett from Stargate Atlantis is on Salty Nerd Podcast now. FYI, talking about black holes and shit. That's neat. I knew he was coming on there. I love that guy. I want to hop off and go watch that. But while I'm working, yes, Dust Wolfen, Mr. Green Jeans. That's right. Thank you, Dust Wolfen.
So
I try to, Steven and I, why we do the show on Wednesday is because we actually just like talking about stuff.
And no one else wants to talk.
I like having a conversation with Steven because we always talk about stuff that's interesting to me, and I know it's interesting to him. And so we're actually just having a conversation live. So
it's the only live stream I get now because nobody
sadly,
loves me.
Moon Knight ended poorly.
It did.
So we won't be doing that show anymore. We'll need to find another show to poke fun at.
She-Hulk. We can also watch parties of Rings of Power drop.
That. Okay. No. If you watch it, I'll watch it. But I'm not going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it because I want to see how much of the sexual form they kept of her. And plus she is a good actress. Like if we look at
she is cute. And but the fact is that I think they took the sex like
it's John Byrne, but
I'm friends with Joe Jusko. I wish I could get him on here, but he'll never come on the live interview. But yes, PJO, Captain Kangaroo was my favorite as well growing up. But I also loved Mr. Rogers, Mr. McFeely. I loved all of his neighbors. I loved going to what's called something land, Imagination Land, or no, what did he call it?
Oh, it was. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's where we went to the with the trolley, right?
The trolley, and would take you into that fantasy world. And he would do the voice of the king and the one character. I don't remember any of the names. I haven't watched it so as a kid. Got to keep those horses clean and fed, Dork, as you set up a horse dealership because of gas prices. Yeah. Oh, did Dork Knight come in? If he did, I didn't see him.
No, I didn't see any mustache. I didn't know.
Yeah, there he is. I see him now. He was right under the Das Wolf and Mr. Green Jeans comment. So, Dork Knight, what is up, my friend? I'd let you in, but we're actually ending the show right now because I love having you on the show. Maybe tomorrow. Show up on time, motherfucker.
Oh.
There's nothing in there. It's empty. I'm dry. I read an article several years back about a girl who got trafficked by, and her parents ended up rescuing her. Yeah, totally taken. Actually, there are a lot of cases where this happens, where the only people really fucking fighting to find their kids are the families.
Isn't John Walsh like one?
So? John Walsh finally followed that trail until he couldn't get any further, and then another arrest took place in Florida, and the man who committed the crime that killed Adam confessed to it, but he never was tried for it. I don't think he was ever tried for it. So he got unfulfilled. But the thing is, a lot of people talk about this, and this will be my final statement on before the end of the show, which is a lot of people keep bringing up a word that doesn't exist. It's closure. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as closure for people who had a child that was murdered. If you had a loved one that was murdered, friend, it doesn't matter. You are never going to find closure. You may find justice, and you may find a way to close that book, but it'll always be with you. That is a scar that never goes away, and occasionally will always open right back up on you, and especially when you don't expect it. And a lot of writers were driven by this in the past, including McElroy, I think is his name. L.A. Noir. I have to look it up real quick. Not L.A. Noir. What is it called? No. What is that movie called? L.A. Confidential.
Mm-hmm.
The writer of that is one of the James McElroy. James Ellroy, not McElroy. Ellroy. James Ellroy. He's still alive and working, a prolific writer. I wish he'd write more crime. The guy, his mother was murdered, unsolved to this day. And he researched it and tried to find anything. And that was where I finally understood in his talking about it, that because he brings that up, it's a matter of the subject of the documentary about him and his mother's murder, was that never goes away. It's always with you. There's no such thing as closure. No such thing as closure. And that's a powerful statement. And I really do love his writing. If you've never read any of James Ellroy's works, man, God, The Black Dahlia, L.A. Confidential, American Tabloid. Good fucking writer. Good fucking writer. And he still works in film. He does a lot of writing in film. In fact, I do believe he did some work on Bosch, which is probably why I like that show so damn much. But I want to tell everybody thank you for joining the chat today. I love seeing you guys every day. I like hanging out with you, interacting, talking. And I love it when a friend like Steven pops in, or Dork Knight. I love it when any of you guys pop in. Keith even has popped in once. So I want you all to have a good day. I'm going to get to my work. I've got artwork to do today. Oh, ridiculous amounts of artwork. But I want to thank you for popping in and supporting this channel. This channel is nothing without you guys. And it would just be some crazy old guy talking.
Still is a crazy old guy talking.
I still am a crazy old guy. It's true. But thank you all for showing up. And I want to thank Martin for being here and managing the chat. You're the bomb diggity-o. And Steven, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
You got anything you want to add before we go?
Not really. Check if you're still subbed. I'm working on a new channel project. That's a new identity. And don't take me too literally. I always will talk from the heart lately. And if you are bothered by it, it's not on me. It's on you. But that's how reality works. Have a great day, everybody.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon for updates on our shows and
comment.
channel. Also, please leave a comment.
Getting a lot more
and
comments.
we'd like to
these
know
days, and
what
it
you
means a
thought
lot
of the
to me.
episode, as well as letting
And it
us
means a
know
lot to the
if
channel.
there's something you'd like us to cover in a future episode. Don't forget that you can become a member of Pop Culture Minefield now. Make sure to visit our membership page and merch store at popcultureminefield.com. You can always find Pop Culture Minefield on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.
Bye, guys. Thanks for stopping in. See you guys tomorrow. At least I hope so.